All right, got it. Thank you very much for that, Sonal. We are counting down to the open, and the start is going to be almost 50 points higher. So we're right in the center of that range, and this is where we spent the last 4 trading sessions now, between 25,500, 550 to going up to about 25,600. So let's see how it plays out. Yesterday, the Bank Nifty played spoil sport. Let's see if it can be any different this time around. So just waiting for the countdown and the opening bell to go off, and here we go. All right, so we have a 42-point gain, 50, now 60-point gain on the index. And leading it from the front would be some names like Power Grid, Tata Motors, Shriram Finance, Wipro, Infosys. So these are the early movers. On the downside, some of the banks are still dragging. Some of the financials are still dragging, which was the issue with the market yesterday. So names like HDFC Life, SBI Life, lower this morning, Kotak, down over 1%. IndusInd Bank is still down. Yesterday, it was reacting to a downgrade coming in from a brokerage note. So these are stocks which are still on the lower side. Nifty is just about trying to digest that gain of 40 to 50 odd points. Let's see. Bank Nifty is absolutely flat, but mid-caps off to a better start this morning.
Okay, let's quickly run through the large cap action then. In the Nifty, the top gainer today is Power Grid. Asian Paints too is shrugging off news about that CCI probe. Yesterday also it recovered nearly 3% from the day's low to close higher by 1%. It's added on another 1%. Eternal is up. Moving with strength are a couple of these commodity names, metal names, Tata Steel, Hindalco on the buyers list. IT heavyweights like Infosys, Wipro seeing buying. The gains are up about 0.5 to 1%, but in the green now for even a Power Grid, Shriram Finance, L&T. These are some of the stocks holding up in the green. On the way down, you've got Kotak Mahindra Bank hit, IndusInd Bank, where there is a Macquarie double downgrade. So after Goldman's downgrade yesterday, there is another negative brokerage news, and the stock is open with a cut of about 0.5%. Bajaj Finance has lost 3% of its market cap this week. Reliance Industries is retracing. In the morning, there was news about, in one of the pink papers, about how the company is looking to consolidate all the FMCG business into one entity so it can get the investor interest and the management interest focused and targeted. Reliance Industries, a little bit of a profit booking. But other than that, it's mildly positive now for the benchmark indices. Outside of that, it's Nykaa, Avenue Supermarts, Nigel, which are under pressure.
Well, that's right. Nykaa, that large trade has taken place, which is up for you in the screen. 6 crore shares getting, changing hands out there. So that's out of the way. Let's see what the stock does. 204 or thereabouts. Let's see if there's a recovery inside. Avenue Supermarts, that's taking on the chin. But the other smaller players, V2 Retail, that's up 3%. Bazaar Style Retail, that as well is up close to around 2%. So contrasting reactions is what you're seeing on that one. V2 Retail still up close to around 3.5% in trade. Vedanta, actually, it's a good day for them to come up with that NCLT deferment to August, because global QEs are fairly okay. The street is a little bit optimistic on metals. So the stock is down only around 0.5% or thereabouts. There is value. However, that demerger timeline could get stretched a little bit. For the time being, stock down only around 0.5%. PB Fintech, there's that upgrade that's come about. So that stock's up close to around 2%. Mahindra Financial with that as well is reacting favorably. Bharat Dynamics, that's the one actually that's pulling back today. That's down close to around 2%. Remember, some of these defense names have seen a big run. But, now, in fact, that one has come in for some mild profit taking as we speak. But the market's up 60 points. Let's see whether or not we have enough to go to around 25,600 or thereabouts. Today, remember, US markets will be shut early, and tomorrow they are on holiday. So the bulls will be going according to their own steam.
One thing that's quite evident in the market action is the propensity to start moving towards consumer stocks. And we keep seeing instances of that day in and day out. Look at the stocks on the move today as well. Rima, of course, highlighted Asian Paints. There's accumulation that started. Now, whether this continues and becomes a lasting trend or not, we'll have to see. There's Eternal, which is doing pretty well. And there are names like Tata Consumer as well on the upside. So interesting move coming in, 63 points higher on the Nifty.
On Asian Paints, Abneesh had earlier written, we had spoken to him, but he had written it will be difficult to prove the CCI probe into Asian Paints abusing its dominant position. Many times, disgruntled distributors initially complained, but eventually they retract. This is very similar to the JSW complaint about 6 years back, but eventually CCI dismissed the complaint, saying that there was no conclusive evidence.
Yeah. So maybe not as damaging. I mean,
not as
ultimately,
damaging, and perhaps the CCI could dismiss it. At least that was Abnish's, one way of thinking about it, which is reflecting in the way the stock moved yesterday also.
Absolutely.
And even today now, 1.5%.
And it's also a lot about where you are in the market at what point in time. Now, if Asian Paints was coming off, after a strong 1 year, 2 year rally, then maybe the market reaction on the news of a CCI probe would have been very, very different. But we're in a very different space when it comes to the paints sector. But